This week at NASA. The Orion crew capsule, as it completed the last in a series of water drop tests at the Langley Research Center's Hydro Impact Basin. Testing of the 18,000-pound capsule, which began last summer, simulates various water landing scenarios. This one represented a worst-case landing in rough seas after a launch abort. The test impact conditions simulated all parachutes being deployed as the capsule, traveling about 47 miles per hour, hits the water at an extreme angle before rolling over into what's called the stable 2 position. As with the Apollo capsule, Orion will have an onboard uprighting system. This type of scenario is highly unlikely during actual vehicle operation, but is essential for the Orion's validation as NASA's next deep space exploration vehicle to carry astronauts beyond low Earth orbit.
At this time, the reconfiguration of the spacecraft for the post-LOI configuration has begun, and that will continue with rearming of fall protection.
The project team at the Jet Propulsion Lab reacts to telemetry reporting that the first of NASA's twin Grail spacecraft has achieved lunar orbit. The Gravity Recovery and Interior Laboratory Mission's A spacecraft reached its near-polar elliptical orbit at 5 p.m. Eastern New Year's Eve, followed by Grail B on New Year's Day at 5:43 p.m. Eastern. Grail data will enable scientists to better understand the Moon's gravitational field, as well as what goes on below its surface. Those crust-to-core data are also expected to increase our knowledge about how Earth and its rocky neighbors in the inner solar system developed into the diverse worlds we see today. This year's season of FIRST, for inspiration and recognition of science and technology, kicks off this week with its initial regional robotics contest. Some 60,000 high school students will vie for college scholarships using robots built in 6 weeks from a common kit of parts. The finalists of the 2,400 competing teams will meet at the FIRST Championships in April at the Edward Jones Dome in St. Louis. Leaders from more than 70 aerospace companies attended the Space Launch System's Advanced Booster Industry Day, held at the Marshall Space Flight Center. NASA is seeking proposals from the aerospace industry for engineering demonstrations and/or strategies to reduce risk on an advanced booster for the SLS. Marshall is leading the design and development of the SLS, the new heavy-lift launch vehicle that'll propel the Orion crew vehicle on new missions of exploration across the solar system. In case you missed it, here's your chance to marvel at the unprecedented imagery of Comet Lovejoy, captured in late December by Expedition 30 Commander Dan Burbank from the International Space Station's cupola. Burbank described what he saw in an interview with Detroit's WDIV-TV.
But